Hello, it's Tina Calder here from Excalibur Press and the Content Club. So we're here for my first ever podcast. I'm currently taking part in a Get Blogging 6-week course. I'm one of the trainers and facilitators on it, thanks to trainingmatchmaker.com and Libraries ANI. And this week we set our bloggers a bit of a task, and we said, by next week we want you to come back and have a blog. And I sort of thought to myself, well, there's no point me challenging other people without me taking on the challenge myself. So I've been talking an awful lot about podcasting and how great it is, but I've never actually got down to doing it. I do a bit of broadcasting here and there. So I thought, here we go. I have another event coming up towards the end of the month, and it's a perfect opportunity. So what I want to really talk about is storytelling. And, just how important it is in today's society to, I suppose, use it in our business and corporate communications. And I'll be talking an awful lot more about that at the Future of Marketing on the Thursday, November 22nd in Belfast, here in Northern Ireland, and it will be taking place all day, and it comes in 6 sections. There's 6 different themes: future of storytelling, customer experience, work, social media, automation, websites and learning. And as I say, I'll be taking part in the future of storytelling aspect of it. My background is that I've spent 20 years as a journalist, and for the last 10, maybe 15, I've also been a publicist and now a content creator and content strategist. We do an awful lot of corporate communications and a lot of crisis management, things like that within our company, as well as still working for and providing services to the mainstream media. So we're kind of plugged in all over the place, and that's why I suppose I'm heading along to the Future of Marketing on the 22nd. So really, I suppose for me, storytelling isn't a new thing. It's not this digital marketing buzz phrase, and it certainly isn't some alien concept dreamt up by the millennials. For me, it's at the very core of all society. It's what makes us human, that ability to relate and recall stories, which is something that we teach our children from such a very young age, because we use storytelling to conceptualise difficult social constructs or ideas into a medium that they can comprehend and understand. We teach kids how important storytelling is when we ask them to recount their day at school, when we ask them about how they had fun at a party, or to vocalise something that's bothering them. We listen intently and then we respond accordingly, allowing them to absorb how vital storytelling is in their daily lives. As they grow up and progress into adulthood, it's no surprise then that we become absolutely enthralled by stories on the nightly news, newspapers, magazines, on websites, social media, documentaries, films, drama. I could go on. But the big question is, how does this help us to promote our business? Why should we care about that growing thirst for an obsession with stories? And for me, I suppose it's when we look at the world continuing to compact in size with social media and smart technology making information more and more accessible, consumers are actually becoming ever more savvy to those traditional sales, marketing and promotional techniques. So for us as professionals in the communications industry, it's getting harder to penetrate that personal space with our campaigns. And that's thanks to everything like ad blockers, Netflix, Spotify, for example. All of this ability to switch off advertising. So we've got to find a more interesting way to break through, a way to, I suppose, capture the attention. But not just that, there's then the changing trends in information consumption means that people are more discerning about what they consume. They're highly alert to this ever-decreasing leisure time that they have, and they're making snapshot decisions based in, I suppose, many cases on the concept of curiosity. So as a company, how do you break through that noise? For me, it's simple. It's by uncovering those powerful stories about or connected to your brand. That way you can pique the interest of the audience, and those precious few fleeting moments of their attention, you might grasp it. Now, for me, the time for businesses and organisations is now to be more aware than ever before about finding their voice, identifying those stories, and most of all creating, relevant, good quality content. Being able to produce the content is one thing. However, a successful brand will be able to create a variety of types of content, from video, written word, imagery, infographics, podcasts, for example. And a successful brand will then host, disseminate and distribute these through multiple online and offline, traditional and non-traditional channels. By creating and delivering good quality, consistent and relevant content that is based on the principles of storytelling, your company or brand can not only build that brand awareness and trust, but establish those human connections that are necessary for success in today's marketing, publicity and promotional landscape. I could literally go on about this like all day. I am a bit of a geek when it comes to things like content creation and storytelling and whatnot, but I will be delving a lot more into it at the Future of Marketing Conference, Part 3 on Thursday, November 22nd in Belfast. Easiest way to get tickets is just to Google Future of Marketing Part 3 Belfast and it will come up, and guess what? If you put in a code, I can get you 50% off. So the code is Excalibur Belfast. That's EXCALIBUR. Sorry, it's Excalibur Tina. Sorry, making mistakes in my first podcast. I am not recording this whole thing again just for that. So it's Excalibur Tina, EXCALIBUR TINA, and that gets you 50% off the price of the full day ticket. So Future of Marketing Part 3 Belfast, Google that, you should find it, and I'll be chatting a little bit more about how you can find your own voice, deliver consistent content across a variety of platforms, and help you to build awareness and trust and establish the human connections necessary for success. So hopefully I'll see you there, and I love feedback. So I would really, really like to hear what you thought of the first podcast, and I've got quite thick skin, so I'd also like to hear the criticisms as well as the odd congratulations would be great. But anything that you would like to hear me chat about, or anything, or if there's anyone that you would like me to interview or talk to, I'd be happy to take a look at it. So you can get me on social. Let me see. I suppose Instagram Tina Belfast, Twitter Tina Calder, Facebook Tina Calder as well, and you can find me in a variety of other places too. To email me, it's tina@excaliburpress.co.uk. That's great. Thanks very much, everyone. Bye.